What's going on, folks? Painless. Um, Obviously, you see the title of this video. It's a story that I believe has kind of gone under the radar. I haven't really watched a lot of mainstream media, so it may have popped up on there. But I've gotten a huge amount of this story on social media and things like that. It's unfortunate, this guy, a fellow service member such as myself, combat vet, and not to this, kind of, divide, brothers and sisters in arms that have served in the military or have served in a combat capacity. But I was there for the kickoff. I'll say that. I'm talking about '03. No ROE. But it's an unfortunate story. But I'm gonna just say this. You know what? I'm done sugarcoating this. I'm going to get right into this. Many of you all, I've spoken about police. I've spoken about the foolishness of the Biden administration. And you probably want to click off now that now I'm not supporting your boy, Joe. But, this whole defund police, I've said this many a times. If you really put on your thinking cap, if one were to defund police, especially in these cities where gun ownership takes a damn act of Congress to get a weapon, while these criminals and thuggins, they don't care how they amass weaponry. They're going to get it. Now, law-abiding citizens usually go through the channels to get a weapon. Now, if you happen to live in a state where attaining weaponry, is damn near trying to piss up a rope, this is what you have. You're going to have people who aren't armed. Now, you take this situation in which you want to defund police. Where does all the goddamn crime and mischief happen? In low-income areas. So, if you were to defund, the irony is the very people who want to defund police live in these damn areas where bullshit amasses on a daily basis. But the reality is that if you were to defund police, the only people that would suffer is those very people who are out here protesting to defund the goddamn police. Anyway, enough said, not up for debate, moving on. So you have Clyde Kerr, a military vet. I'm not sure what branch he served in, but I guess he had enough of the nonsense in his eyes. But I'm going to tell you why he was weak. And I'm going to tell you why Chris Dorner was weak. Now, Chris Dorner died in 2013, killed 4 people, part of the Los Angeles Police Department. And I'm going to show you the similarities between Chris Dorner and Clyde Kerr and where they failed. And it's unfortunate. First off, these 2 gentlemen were ex-military. Now, anybody that listens to Painless knows that I'm ex-military. Ex-Army, in fact. Used to train soldiers how to shoot. Used to train soldiers how to land nav, how to march, things of that. Wrote numerous, have been in charge of hundreds of troops. I mean, directly I'm in charge of, if they get paid or not, their training, their well-being. Are they mission ready? I've done that. Painless has done that. And one thing when I got out the military, it was a little bit of it was somewhat difficult to transition. Okay? And I was combat arms. Now, when I look at Clyde Kerr and Christopher Dorner, I know that I wouldn't say suffer, I know that they went through this transition. So what they did was they joined the law enforcement. I even, as Painless, when I got out the military, I even entertained the idea of joining the law enforcement. But I said, you know what? I don't have the temperament for that. I don't have the temperament for that. And then that's not something that I necessarily wanted to do. Because I felt I understood that I didn't have the skills, the interpersonal, well, I have the interpersonal skills. I just didn't have the patience to be a police. I'd be a bad cop. I would have been a bad cop. Because I don't have the patience. When I tell you to do something, goddammit, you do it. You do it. This is not up for debate. You do what the hell I tell you to do. And it's not about no badge. It comes from, these guys and myself come from a cloth that when someone tells you something to do and you're in a position of authority, you do it. And not only do I have this position of authority, I can back up that authority. And I've talked about a lot of times, hear me out, folks. I've talked about a lot of times. See, what you have in America with these police, and I talked to one of my brothers, and me and one of my brothers has had this conversation. A couple of my brothers have joined law enforcement. Some didn't like it. Some got out, done other things. But I talked to one of my brothers. He knows who he is. And he's in a major city doing his thing in law enforcement. And I told him, and he watches my videos, and we've gotten very close. He's been watching me for a while. And I said, you know what? In this day and age, and I'm going to paint this picture for you folks before I really get into why I think Christopher Dorner and Clyde Kerr were really beta in the way that they handled the situation. Back in the day, I'm talking about back in the day where people had crafts. You know, you had your carpenters. Okay, you had your welders. Okay, you had your guys that work with stone. You know, that build nice walls and stuff like that. It escapes me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But you had those. You had your electricians. You had your roofers, painters, unionized jobs, great paying trade jobs for guys or girls that didn't want to go to school. And now you narrow it down to the firemen, the police, your first responders, EMT. See, back in the day, your masons, the people that work with stone and brick. I knew it was there. But anyway, though you had people back then that wanted those jobs because it was generational. Hell, even Painless, for school clothes, I I would bust shingles off roofs, helping one of my uncles. I would throw hay. I would chop cotton in the summertime. Not picking cotton, but chopping cotton. Some of y'all know the difference. Anyway, those people wanted to, and let me get on, before I start going in my childhood. But people wanted them jobs. All those professions that I named, people wanted them. Now what you got now, people wanted to be firemen, police back then. Now, I go to the University of Alabama and I get me a goddamn bachelor's degree in accounting. Okay. I get out of school with my bachelor's in accounting, and I go to the bank, and I can't even get a goddamn teller job. Issuing out money, doing daily transactions at the window, at the bank. I got an accounting degree, and I can't even get a goddamn teller job. So, what Painless does, Painless goes on Indeed.com, CareerBuilder.com, LinkedIn, and I see, well, I be damned. The Jefferson County Sheriff Department is hiring for police or sheriff. Or I say the Birmingham Police Department is hiring for police trainees. And not only they hiring, they going to start me off at $56,000 a year as a brand new recruit/trainee. Medical, dental, 401k, and I'm 22 years old. Now, mind you, I've been all over Birmingham, Alabama, looking for a damn job in finance. I ain't getting no calls, but I open up that LinkedIn or open up that Career Builder or that Indeed.com, so I go down there. Now, mind you, I don't want to be no damn police. I want to be a goddamn accountant. I want to work in finance. But they ain't hitting on nothing. They not getting back to me. So I joined the Birmingham Police Department. $56,000 off the rip. Now what happens is, I don't have the interpersonal skills. I never wanted to be here. But since I'm getting 401k, medical, dental, pension, I'm just going to do that. And see, folks, what I just explained is happening 1,000-fold all over America. People who are in uniform, they ain't got no goddamn business being no police. No business being no police. But since the benefits are there, that's what they jump on. Now let me get into the meat. See, Clyde Kerr, he took the coward way out. And I'm a strong opposition against suicide. I don't give a good goddamn what the hell you got going on. If I could never live with myself, well, I mean, we all go through a funk. We all depression is real. Mental health is real. Let me just say that. Let me clarify that. It's real. I am not downplaying that shit. It is real. And people that do that need to seek professional help. It's nothing to play with. I'm in firm belief of mental health. And people that, and I believe, I know people need to seek them services out if they got something going on with them. But I think he took the coward way out. See, the thing these people think that they could do better. And, I'm going to just go right. correct me if I'm wrong, my people from Louisiana. I believe Clyde Kerr's father was a popular musician, a white man. And his mother, you could tell he got black in him. See, what happens is these guys get in, these guys get in these positions thinking they can save the goddamn world. Because and I watched all 18-something minutes of his sending off, in which he, explained scenarios about him why he was fed up. I listened to all that. To me, it didn't sound like enough to off yourself. And I'm sympathetic, but to me, that was a coward way out. And he talked about people he knew personally that didn't have no business being cops. He talked about there needs to be more mental health checks. But here, you offed yourself, brother. And I could tell he was in shape. What Clyde Kerr, what his demise was, he let some fat, greasy neck, out of shape, pot belly, racist ass Louisiana cops dictate his fate and his doggone purpose in his profession. And they broke his ass. And that's why he did what he did. I'm going to tell you this real quick. The people I wasn't supposed to go to war with the people I went to war with. And I mean war for real. I couldn't stand the people that I was in war with. I don't talk to them. You know how some people got war buddies? I probably got one war buddy. I was in Iraq with a bunch of racist ass white boys in Iraq. And I was a non-commissioned officer. And there were times where I was stunning in doing my job. And I could give a good goddamn about them to this day. I say maybe 3. And I knew, see, this is where the Chris Dorners and the Clyde Kerrs dropped the ball. They thought they was in. They thought they can join these police departments and be in. Yeah, I'm against crime. I'm doing this. I'm playing the game. I'm doing the training. And then when you look at Chris Dorner, which was a sad situation, that brother was weak as well. Now, what we say he did was some G stuff that was weak. Chris Dorner was a weak individual, and he died for that because he couldn't take the pressure. He joined an organization such as the racist LAPD out of all goddamn police departments in America. You joined the Los Angeles Police Department? The most racist ass police department on the planet? And you thought you was going to turn shit around by your military background and, I was this in the Navy and I got these. And what they did, they turned on his ass. They sabotaged him. They sabotaged Chris Dorner. Chris Dorner probably went home like every night like, God damn, I know I did this right. But see, that's the game they play. And that's what you have happening or have happened with Clyde Kerr. He let them fat, greasy neck ass goddamn cops racist ass police, probably some brothers in there, some turncoat Toms, and they had him second guessing himself. That's what happened. I know that's what happened because I've seen it too many times. And I've almost fell into that. And there's times I dealt with it. Like I just gave you a brief scenario about how my war buddies, I could give a good goddamn about them. Look, soon as I got off that plane, soon as Painless got off that plane into the free world again, middle finger to you motherfuckers. I'm out this bitch. I'm out. And I can give a shit. And what happened was, the irony is, a lot of them end up self-sabotaging. Some of them committed suicide. Some of them have failed marriages. Some of them are pumping gas somewhere, ain't doing shit for themselves. Why I'm up here chilling. See, when you do bullshit and you put that shit out in the world, it always comes back. So I think that was a very weak move by Clyde Kerr. He let them get to him. In fact, he probably wasn't meant to be police. At all. But this is it, folks. I mean, it's sad when you see somebody's last words. And then I'm listening, I'm like, man, this is what you signed up for, bro. This is what you signed up. You let them coward motherfuckers get under your skin to off yourself. Chris Dorner, you knew and intelligent, and he was an officer. Why the fuck would you go and deal with? But see, when you're trying to cape and thinking that you can do things, and on the surface, it seems admirable. You know, you want to protect and serve. Nothing wrong with that. And I support police. I support police. Because I don't give a good damn how hard you are, how many keys you move. When somebody got a 45 snub nose shoved up your damn nostril, you're going to want somebody to save you. But yeah, that's my opinion about that with Clyde Kerr. He recognized something that was already there, and he let it break him. And it's unfortunate, but that's my opinion about that. Chris Dorner. I know we love to put Chris Dorner, you know, the Hotep nuts and berry Negroes, love to hold up Chris Dorner, you know, as somebody, but in actuality, he was weak. He went out killing people, when in actuality, he should have known what it was, the Los Angeles Police Department. And, you know, you thinking you can rub elbows with these fools and think everything's sweet. You know, and some of you maybe ask, well, parents, why'd you bring up Clyde Kerr's father being Caucasian? Well, you know, I've talked about white guys and their super duper white guy mentality, thinking they can save everything and fix every goddamn thing. And maybe some of that rubbed off on Clyde Kerr. And he thought that, well, you know, I'm ex-military. They're going to accept me. I've been here before. I was in Iraq. I was in Afghanistan. And look, you killed yourself. You went to fucking war. And I know you saw comrades, battle buddies, killed, only to come back to Louisiana and dealing with little petty-ass bullshit. And you let these fat goddamn jambalaya eating motherfucking pot belly, because these cops now, especially in the South, these cops is so fucking overweight and fat and, you know, you let them get up under your skin and you let them off yourself. And I'm not speaking ill on the dead. I'm just saying. Painless out.